Yeah. What's good? Once again, it's your girl, Diamond Unthinkable, aka Dom, whichever you care to call me, I'm cool with that. Um, I've been doing my little mini videos just talking about different things, different walks of life, different aspects, different things that I go through, my friends go through, I find different statuses on Facebook, things like that, and things that catch my attention, I post. So, excuse me, y'all. Sorry, I'm kind of cold. I'm drinking my hot chocolate. Okay, so last night I basically posted on my Facebook, for my Facebook friends, if there was anything that they would like to talk about, any questions that they would like for me to give my insight on, to give it. So I'm not gonna give her whole name, um, but my friend Nat, she knows who she is. She sent me the question: why do women forgive men who cheat on them more than once? Honestly, I believe that women forgive men because myself, I like to see the good in people. I like to believe that there is good in people. I like to let a person make a mistake because it's nothing wrong with making mistakes. It's life. We've been making mistakes since as long as we can remember. But I'm a firm believer that I'll let you make one mistake, but I will not allow you to keep making the same mistake. Because, ladies, once you forgive a man who cheats and he keeps cheating, it's going to become a vicious cycle. It's no longer a mistake, it's a lifestyle now. And we say, oh, I don't want no parts of that, I don't want any parts of that, I don't want any parts of that. But we accept it and we become part of that lifestyle now. I'm a strong advocate for um or I'm a strong advocate for promoting self awareness for STDs, AIDS, HIV. I have an aunt who passed away a couple of years from that. I'm always trying to teach my young ladies, it doesn't matter. First of all, love is nothing but an emotion. For my young girls, it's nothing but an emotion. It will pass. If you choose to sleep with a guy, have sex with a guy, just put a condom on. Is you don't want to catch something that you can't give back or you can't throw back. That's how I say. You know. And then a sister of mine, she's not my biological sister, but she's my sister through life. She's going through something at the moment, and she inboxed me with what was going on with her. And then my second question is, why do men feel the need to abuse their woman, girl, wife, etc.? Now I'm gonna use two different situations in this. I don't really know why men do it. Insecurity, a mental disorder. I don't really know what it comes from. I mean, I've had my fair share. I don't really know what it comes from, but I don't play that shit. I don't play that. So my first situation is I have a homegirl. She's been my friend for a couple of years. She was dating a guy. I knew the guy, grew up with the guy. But in his older years, he was out there getting money, doing him, things like that. And along the way, he started first. Hold on, before I say that, he couldn't deal with her past and the things that she had done, which is where a lot of his anger stemmed from with her. This is just my point of view. This is where a lot of his anger stemmed from with her. On top of that, the alcohol, the different drugs, all of it played a major factor. On plenty different occasions, I was there for the physical altercations. And I used to just always be like, I don't know how you put up with that shit. The physical abuse, the verbal abuse, I never understood how she dealt with it. I didn't knock her because she loved him. I was just always there to support her because that's what friends do. You know, you know that you need to leave the situation, but nobody can make you leave the situation. So time went on, time went on, time went on. One day we went to the crib. He shows up. We're all drinking, smoking, doing what we do. He starts talking crazy. More or less, by the end of the night, he cut her in her face. I was terrified that he could do that to her. I was terrified that a person can say that they love someone and turn around and hurt them in that way. I mean, you've already been hurting her by physically abusing her, but now you're going to cut her face. He could have easily slit her throat and she would not have been here anymore. Thankfully, she left though. Thankfully, she left. That was the straw that broke the camel's back in her situation, I guess. And I'm thankful that she left because I knew in due time I wouldn't be sitting here talking about my friend who's in an abusive relationship who got cut. I'd be sitting here talking about my friend that was in an abusive relationship who's no longer here. So shout out to you. You know who you are if you hear this. I'm glad you got out of the situation because love is not abuse and abuse is not love. Ever. Then I had another person very close to me got with a guy. This was more really home based. Got with a guy. He wound up putting his hands on her. You know, I'm not gonna cut any corners, fake no jacks. This particular situation is my mother. You know, she got with a guy. She got with this guy. Now, over the years, our relationship is okay. He really had to earn his way into my life. I don't. Diamond does not just let people walk in her life. Like, if I do, you're lucky. Anywho, he used to. My mom's very beautiful, light skinned, black American woman. He used to black my mother's eye, like just abuse, abuse. And I'm saying, I believe in relationships. You're gonna fight. I believe in relationships. There are quarrels, but at what point do you say to yourself, "I'm gonna punch her in her face and black her fucking eye," and be proud to walk down the street with this woman with a fucking black eye? At what point? There is no point. I went through the notions though. Me and him got into a fight. My mom kicked me out over this guy and everything. Eventually the abuse stopped because niggas had to get in that ass. Niggas had to get in that ass. That's my mom. If she's not strong enough to stand up for herself, she got a daughter, she got a son, and she got family. We gonna fucking stand up for her all the time. We gonna stand up. Let you know that shit ain't okay. You know? So at the end of the day, why do women forgive men who cheat on them more than once? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'll let you fuck up one time. After that, deuces. As far as why do men feel the need to abuse their woman, girl, wife, etc., it could be a whole lot of things. It could be a mental disorder. It can be insecurities. It can be lack of trust. It can be the mind state that they keep themselves in with the use of alcohol, drugs, etc. You never really know unless you ask the person who's doing the abusing. Why do they do the things that they do? Or the person who's doing the cheating. Why do they do the things that they do? I'm not an abuser, but if you put your hands on me, I will put my hands on you back. I've never been a cheater, so I really can't answer that. But with this video, a while back, I have another friend, Miss Nika. I'm not gonna say her name. She's a Facebook friend, Miss Nika. I call her. You know, we became friends through Facebook through mutual people. A cousin of hers had been murdered years back. I think '96, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I was like in the 5th grade, so it was like '96. And I loved him dearly. He was my cousin's boyfriend at the time that he was murdered. And that's how we became friends on Facebook. And she posted a note, because you know you can post your little notes and whatnot on Facebook, and people respond, things like that. So the note is called "There's No Beauty in Abuse" by Miss Anika. He told me I was beautiful. I thought so too. But it's hard for me to see the beauty mixed in the black and blue and various hues of other bruises. He told me I light up his life, that one day I'd be his wife. Funny. Right now, all I'm feeling is hurt from the pain he's inflicted. Because this life is less than what he thought it would be, and so he's filled with despair and strife. He told me I was number one, but after all the drinks came the hits. Last I counted, it was up to number 41. Excuse me. He says he's gonna change. I'm waiting out for it now. Feeling awkward and strange, waiting for him to be the best he can be. Then he'll remember the way he used to love me, won't he? He used to say things like, I'd rather die than hurt you. Then why is he still alive while they're burying me? I wish he'd have figured it out the right way. That first or even the last day before he started turning on me. But I know that wasn't the real him. The real him saw the beauty in us, not just me. The real him wanted to love, not harm. The real him would never have twisted up my arm like that. The real him would never have raised the bat like that. The real him called me by my name. Didn't make me feel dirty or ashamed. The real him saw the beauty that I once was when the relationship was new. And I thought he was someone to love, not someone that raised fists ungloved at me. The one he said he needed. The one placed here to carry love and raise his seed. The real him would have protected me, not shut me out, down, or neglected me. The real him had great plans for our life together. The real him isn't locked away now. The real him doesn't regret every day. That last day, those last blows. The real him wouldn't have done that. The real me wants my life back. The real me was a beauty made of black. The real him should have honored and respected his duty. The real me should have seen the monster bring in the abuse, instead of what I thought was love. Now that he's locked away and I'm dead, the beauty is left in words unheard and unsaid. To all the unspoken victims of domestic violence, love doesn't have to hurt. Love you. Love is not abuse, and abuse is not love. Don't get the two misconstrued, mixed up, confused. It's not. I tell you no lie. So I'm gonna end this video on that note. I always love that note that she wrote. That's why when the question was brought to me by my friend Nat and my sister, my big sister hit me up and told me what she was going through, I had to really search through Facebook to find this note because I thought it was very appropriate for this video segment that I just did. So I'm going to end it by saying love is love. I love all of you who love me. Keep it real with yourself. Because if you can't keep it real with yourself, who can you keep it real with? At the end of the day, sucker, drama, and stress-free is the way to be. It never costs a thing to stay that way. It's free 99 to stay stress, drama, and sucker free. You dig? Alright. Peace.